Hey Terry, I'm
Hey,
home now.
hey, Cosmic Mama. You're home.
I
Whirlwind. Whirlwind
am
events.
home. Am I
World
ready?
changing events.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready, Terry. Are you
You
ready?
sure. You go with it.
I think being at the event last week, that full disclosure now, that maybe the quartz sand just did it. Um
Right.
I think it did something to us. I don't know. Something good. Something
Mm,
good. Um, they're gonna do it again next year. I think next year it's gonna be even better.
mm-hmm.
So it's gonna remain that website is gonna remain. Maybe I'll just talk about some of the people that I met. Wow,
Yeah.
I got to meet Yemi. Oh my gosh, she's amazing, amazing and bubbly and just beautiful. I got to shake hands with Penny Bradley. Um, she's like got the auntie spirit, like a little, I don't know. She just reminded me of like a little doll or something.
Hmm.
She just was so,
Right.
it was crazy. I did not get to meet Cassidy. I did get to see Tony, but I got to meet Miles Johnston. Um, I won't say frisky fresh, but he was he is definitely British. That's what I would say. And he's sarcastic. He was very funny. And we got a chance to share a pint. That was
Mm,
interesting. Oh man. And Laura, just beautiful and bubbly as always. Johnny Enoch, oh my gosh. Very highly intelligent, did a reading for me on the beach. And he just, I mean, he is all about laughter. I'll say that, but highly intelligent, um, almost scary because there's somebody so like smart. But then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna let these jokes roll, and we shall see. I could have watched him all day like television. Like who needs television? And of course, Brooks Agnew. He did asteroid mining and
he, oh,
he did his research on asteroid mining, and he's done so much research. And years later, different scientific agencies like really want that the research. So I actually got three of his books. Let me take that off the screen real quick. Stop sharing, but he has a trilogy. Like he knows so much about the Earth and the Earth core. And
okay.
the issue with him is like if we get to the point where certain people are not blocking us from going to Russia, then we could actually do some of the work that he
Okay.
wants to do because only Russia has these ships that can go to like the polar ice caps so we can get core samples and stuff. And I said, whenever you get that ready, sign me up for that cruise. Um,
Yeah.
so we got a chance to meet again. And then Jessica, beautiful Jessica, she was there. She's amazing. Had some lovely time with her. Um, Daryl, of course, Matthew, Arkeem. Um, love these guys. They're so amazing and so intelligent. Again, Matthew helped me with some energy work. And then Julia, that I got to MC and do some Q&A with Julia. And this young lady, um, she did Tartaria.
Oh, cool.
And so we ended up having some matching opinions on the pyramids and the hieroglyphs. And with her research, that she came up with her answer, and it was basically some of the same downloads that me and the other Julia, who you know maybe as Violet. Remember we did that recap on highly religious,
Right.
controlling religious families.
Yeah.
So she and I had some correlations, and this is another Julia had
Okay.
correlations. So we were discussing that during her Q&A. I did get to see Chris O'Connor. I didn't get to see him speak. Barry didn't make it. I did not see Shannon. I did not. Barry didn't get to make it. So um, Jessica was doing hers on her own. And then this was the first time Susan Long got to speak. It was also the first time that not Arkeem, but Matthew was able to speak. And Matthew did a workshop and he spoke, and people loved it. He
Good.
he really comes with a lot of information, a lot of research, a lot of things to teach people how to do their energy work at home. And Susan, um, I remember when she was working on her presentation, it was amazing because she was like, I don't know, what should I include this? Should I do that? And kind of worried because this was her first time, and it went amazing. Her Q&A went really well. People really connected. You could hear when she was talking, and people were like, oh, wow. Okay, because she included her time on the police force and different things, entities she was seeing while she was working on the police force, and she had a really amazing journey when it came to that. Just being able to see the effects of drugs on the population and the demons that are using people when with these drugs and stuff like that. So it was really nice to see her get a win. And then afterwards she had to go to the funeral, which that happened. Drago, a great host, because he was also a part of the hosting and planning. uh Wonderful, wonderful time hanging out with Drago. And Rion was doing some major energy work there, and people were coming out just completely in a state of bliss with Rion has a great spirit. And then, oh, Christopher Jacobs. Let me show you something about this guy. Oh, he makes some organite, very, very cool organite cleansing blocks. So I guess we are just doing a whole recap.
Yeah.
People want their readings, but okay. So with Christopher Jacobs, I got
Okay.
this. This is the compass, but it's like something you cleanse yourself with before you go to bed, and you can sit it beside your bed. He has that. He has this one
Oh.
with Yoda. He has Yoda and Grogu. Um, and evidently he's been doing this work for 15, 20 years. And I won a reading from him in the raffle. So that was super cool. So I'm going to get to tell you about that later.
Okay.
Let's see who else. Oh my God, I got to meet Misha Johnston, and I got to meet one of the people who she helped with their experiences. What's his name? Yeah, Carl Dory. So in meeting Misha, I got to meet Carl. That was amazing. It was she's a beautiful woman, and she helps people with their my labs and so on.
Mhm.
Mario has his own salsa, and so he had a booth where he was interviewing people, little 15-minute interviews on the spot. I got to be in one of his interviews, and there's going to be a follow-up, and of course we're going to hook up. But he has an amazing story, and it was too much to even.
Yeah.
It was too much to even. He had like 3 car accidents that just knocked him out. Just things that humbled him and made him slow down and made him begin to pay attention to what spirit was trying to say. And we were talking about learning your lessons with grace and ease,
Mm.
because spirit came at him in a powerful way.
Yeah.
The way that you want you want the gentle way, like, God, I can learn my lessons gently. Sean Bond, of course, always amazing, teaching us how to um take control of our energy. Sherry Divban, again, talking about the Earth Children and another portions of her story. Always amazing. I did not get to see Audrey speak, but she had an amazing costume. I think she was one of the winners of the costume contest. Dana Louise, who we were just talking to Dana Louise before we came on about her interview, and because she'll be on soon, but this is gonna sound weird. Her book. She gave me a copy of her book. She'll be on soon, but she did her um a reading with Laura Eisenhower, and this is going to be a book of activations, and it also has some energy work in it, and we're going to discuss that soon. So that's Dana Louise, and let's see, keep going, we'll go. Right?
Oh,
Hopefully you're
right.
getting tired of it, but I'm going down the list.
No, go down the list.
Anthony Zender and his sister Alyssa, beautiful girl, beautiful. They have amazing stories of their life being targeted, my labs, and other experiences. And then there's Alondra Markham. And so we had a kind of a shared experience, Terry, because remember, I was on the road and I talked about the love bubble and how I saw the audience. And then when I got there and I was listening to him talk, and he just paused, and I said, "You did it, didn't you? You brought the love bubble down, didn't you?" And he did. So we definitely connected on this level of, I could just see his beautiful energy. Some
Yeah.
people saw an angel behind him, and there was a lot going on when he was talking. Emily, I didn't get to see. Nate Gray, I did get to see. And then I got to meet Maya. These were just great. I had a good time. I'm telling you, each one of these people, even Carl, I got more time to talk to him about CO2 and things like that, the planet. This man is holding a lot of information in his head. And Paul was there. Remember Paul?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
So,
you talk about the med bit or no? Or you just had
yeah,
it?
he talked about the bed. Cheryl got to talk about detox and
Oh,
Tesla.
cool. Good.
Gustavo had some amazing, they weren't for sale, they were to observe, but just things that have been found
Mm-hmm.
in South America. These items that look like they're very suggestive of technology and
Right.
suggestive of alien intelligence that has existed on the planet. And you just wouldn't believe the markings and the stones that he had. It was amazing.
Wow.
Donald, I did not get to see, but of course, there's Amanda Joan of Hart. You met her before.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Cosmic Kate Rose, I did not get to see her, but we got to spend time with Amanda. So these were just the amazing people. Ah, let me go back. What happened? What happened? Okay, I got to go back down. Okay, Isa. So this is how you say her name, Isa. I finally got to meet Isa. I've been seeing her on the channel with Sean, and I got to spend some time in her energy and got some items from her. I don't know, she's more than just a spiritual teacher. She's definitely a true scientist. She knows like the structure of the human body, how blood cells are formed, and the toroidal field, and she's just amazing in
Yeah.
her level of research and her level of depth. We got to talk about Egypt and her 4 years over there. And then Zach and Sue, these are the creators of the Day of Being.
Oh, okay.
So I got to spend time with them. Did they know anything about SSP before last year? No. So anyway, he was just saying how he had all these interesting occurrences that his life was leading him somewhere. And 4 years ago, he was on the beach, and 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 he said, "You know what? I'm going to call out some friends." And he put it out on Facebook, and 100 people showed up, and that is the beginning of the Day of Being. They just started doing it every year, and then they end up bumping into, um, you know, an SSP person in our community. And then now these events are now tied to this Saturday and Sunday event that he hosts called the Day of Being. And he
Uh-huh.
got a chance to be at the conference. He loved it, he enjoyed it. And man, I'm looking forward to talking to them again soon. Robert Khalil, typical skeptic. I was so glad to really meet him in person. I said, Robert, you're so much smaller in person. Like it's like I was laughing. It always blows me away because everybody just seems so much taller online, don't they?
Mhm.
But um, he is so super intelligent. I think Robert said he did over 1,500 shows already.
Wow.
He's done a lot of research. So not only, like us, not just interviewing people, but doing research at the same time. Like we're getting to learn and retain so much information. That's what's really so cool about being able to do these interviews.
Yeah.
And Ida, I got to spend some time with Ida and, and Brian. They were working, but still loving and enjoying people and stuff. And they have done a great thing. Brian and Ida have followed through and created something beautiful, and I'm looking forward to them reaping the rewards for that later. And that is pretty much everybody. Let's see, I didn't miss anybody, but
Congratulations to them, to the
yes, it's
whole
gonna be
yeah.
something. And I'm telling you, Terry, and I told him too. I said, we were sitting there saying this event's gonna be too long because you starting Saturday and Sunday with the Day of Being, and then on Monday. And I was like, I'm gonna come on Tuesday, but I'm telling you, on Thursday night, even I think if somebody left on Thursday day, they didn't want to leave on Thursday day, and already was you could see people on Thursday day like, I don't want to go home. I don't want to go. It's like, take your butt home. You
Yeah.
gotta go home. So it it was cool. It was cool too. We had the pool, the hot tub. They had the beach. Like so, literally, you could walk all the way out to the beach. It was quite a little step, and then there was this little coconut room. This room where we could eat and the food was good. I said, I don't know how you guys did it. The grapes were good. The pineapples were good. The cheesesteak, the Philly cheesesteak was good. I was like, dang, everything. It was good. It was good. It really, I was really glad to be there. Yeah.
And the beach, you were on the beach and you said it's a crystal beach.
Yeah. Quartz crystal.
I
Hey.
I understand. I don't know. I'm not. Don't quote me, but I understand that that quartz is from the crystals that disappeared during Atlantis. That those quartz crystals are from Atlantis. The beach was formed from the crystals from Atlantis. That's what I understand. Oh, you're muted.
A lot of really cool stuff goes on here because part of what we had was literally submerged underwater because we can go to Fort Drum to go mining. And I used to go mining there. There's clams. This is in the actual middle of the state, and you're digging up clams that are fossilized, these big clams that are like this big, and they have calcite crystals in it. So you have to think like, why would clams be in the middle of the state? Like this was completely covered over. And then it was funny because somebody asked me, what is this rock on the counter? And I said, oh, it looks like the phosphorus. So there's mining companies here that you can't get near them. Don't know what they're mining exactly, but when they do the blast and drill, it shakes things up near the beach. So fossils will come up on the beach. If you go to places like Lido Beach, there's all this shells and stuff coming up. So no doubt this place has a lot of energy, a lot of magic. And then we also know what Ashiana Dean spoke about. What was it called? Stargate over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
So I noticed a lot of really cool people end up retiring over on that side,
Hmm.
in the Panhandle.
Well,
Beautiful
I
beaches.
I will be there next year. Hey Gladys,
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna be. I gotta mark my calendar when I get a calendar for
Mark your
2025.
calendar. A lot of
Mark
times
my
we go
calendar. Yeah.
to events, and sometimes you can say,
Are
"Who?
you hearing that, Jamie White?
Ah,
He's on today.
yeah, yeah." I saw him. Much love, much love. He found it. He got his whole picture on there now. We can see
Yeah.
you. So I'm not gonna hold up more time. I can't even see how much time I done took, but great review, and I'll probably do something else where you can see the pictures and stuff, and there was a lot of costumes.
Yeah, I saw that you had a costume. Was it the last night sort of a costume party or
Yeah,
okay,
yes,
that was kind of cool.
we had
Just
galactic
remember for
patience.
next time, right? You need to bring
Yeah,
your costume. Yeah.
Monique, check the video link because I posted the video and I wanted to approve it by you first before I released it. But we're doing a 3-part series on reading the galactic star charts and revealing astrology, like helping people with the basics of understanding the chart, the star charts and stuff. So when she approves that, then I'll release it on the channel. She did a class to teach us more about what the planetary alignments mean, but it's going to be it's a 3-part series. So I just wanted you to know that it's up so you can see it. Okay, super. And I forgot what I was about to say, Terry.
Mm,
So
well,
we're moving on to your readings and so
oh
on.
yeah.
Um, we're going to talk about what's next. Sanjay was telling me, because Terry told me that there was a galactic New Year. What day is that, Terry?
Uh, the 26th of July, the 25th,
So
which is called the day out of time, is sort of the end of one cycle, and the 26th is the beginning of the new galactic calendar. So the 25th is the day out of time, and so the day out of time is meant. This is based on the Mayan calendar, but the day out of time is supposed to be a time where we just honor the earth and honor life and celebrate life. So Friday can be a day of celebration, and then the Galactic New Year begins on the 26th.
yes. So on the day at a time, on the 25th, is the day that you can reflect on life, but then also to, every 7 years you're supposed to release people from their debts.
Mm-hmm.
But now the day at a time is a day for forgiveness, to release people from their debts to you, and you release yourself from the debt as well. And so it's this time to reflect and let go of the past. And now it's a new year for you. So it's funny that it's coming in July. And that's funny because on the way home I said, Terry, it's going to be like a new year because it feels like we've done as much as we can this year, right? So
Yeah.
now it's a new year. And she said, yeah, it's the galactic new year. And I was like, oh my God, because I can totally feel it in my body that it's time to start a whole new, it's time to hit for the
New
reset.
cycle. Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Huh?
Jax, your birthday's on the 26th.
That's
Wow.
what I meant to
That's the
say.
beginning.
Happy
We're always the
birthday.
beginning of the galactic new year. Wow.
So that means every year your birthday is on New Year's because it's the
Yeah.
26th on every year, right?
Of every year. Yeah.
So, Jax, you
Yeah.
should never forget that
Yeah.
you are a happy birthday of the Galactic New Year.
Yeah. She's our galactic chick.
Yeah, galactic baby.
Oh, hey, and Deborah. Hey, it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, Deborah.
Yeah, I did remember online, but I didn't remember today. Oh my God. Yeah. So,
So yeah, and it's interesting. Last night I was with my sisters. We did a moon ceremony, and from our friend Mary Wilson. She is the elder, and we had it at her place, and we did the traditional way. But it was the letting go. The full moon was letting go, and it's the beginning of the new cycle. So it's interesting that we always see it as the new cycle beginning at the end of July. So it's a half that point through. So I believe that the galactic new year is in the alignment with Sirius, with the star Sirius. So
yes, it is.
I can't give you. I'm versed in it, but I don't quote me on it. So
Well, Sanjay is going to talk about it and check
good.
out what Sanjay had to say because there's going to be some retrogrades and he's going to talk about the retrogrades that are in effect at that time. I would say too, because it's a new year, let's take advantage. Don't you remember like moving stuff around in your house when
Mm-hmm.
you get stagnant, when you get stale and
Yeah,
you just begin
and
to move
I
stuff
think
around?
with coming up with on Friday is that day at a time. Certainly, put your house in order. We say we're going to do it on July 1st, and we don't always, or January 1st. But this is a time we've had all of this time to sort of reflect on this part of the year, that's come this way, and we're the beginning of a new galactic year. So you know what? Look into your things. What are you ready to let go of? And emotionally, what are you carrying from the past that you don't need that baggage anymore? It can be emotional, it can be grief, it can be resentment or whatever. But you know what? Let it go, and just you're stepping into a new season totally, and it's a new year. So feel that you are ready to just move forward and not carry this old baggage, carry that heavy energy behind you. It's time to let it go.
So moving things around, and I'm gonna make a book recommendation today. Move your stuff, change your life. You can get this book for as cheap as $5.99. They have some really powerful tips, even if it's putting a piece of construction paper under your couch to move the energy, to move the stagnant energy in your house. Because we've been talking about feng shui a lot. I went all the way to the UK and found a book on feng shui because I've been working on this for a while, like even the doors in my house and what's printed on the glass and what's on your wall. To There's energetic reasons why your mom used to put this under the bed and light this candle and paint certain rooms this color. There's a reason for everything, and this has become like a lost art, but
Mm-hmm.
this is like a super simple guide to feng shui. And so mine is out for delivery right now. I've been listening to it, but I have to always have a paper copy so I can write notes and things like that. But I've been listening to it and I'm just encouraging people like, hey, you want to
Mm-hmm.
put some big change and make this year count like 2 years instead of one, and we're going to observe this galactic New Year's, then put some tools in place for yourself to make it powerful. And now, Terri, it's going to be on you now to to do your thing.
to
Terry's
do
got the cards.
I selected cards, and it's funny how our conversation unfolded. Now these cards make so much sense. So they were
Oh, does it? You know, it's funny because it
sacred
never
traveler.
gets planned that way.
Yeah,
Not really. What deck is this?
the sacred traveler one. Yeah, that one.
All right, so it's the
Yeah,
Sacred Traveler.
and and the first one is answering the call. I know that you have it. You have it there.
Nope, that's one. Wait a minute, Terry. What are we talking about? Okay, those were the old
Yeah,
ones. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So the first one is answering the call. The time is now. And so, what was our discussion about today? It is about doing it now, letting go of things, and just, this is the time to do it, not putting it off. And if you do get the book, Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life, do it now. Don't wait for another time. The time is now. We only have this moment to work on things, and so this is where it begins. We want to change our life. It's doing it, is taking that step and doing it now. So this is answering the call. This is your this is your call. Time to make some changes. And now the next one was a great adventure. Take a risk and venture forward. So, you know, um, it's a great adventure. Our life can be a great adventure. And taking those steps, moving, don't be afraid to take a risk. It's easy to say, to sit back. It's not easy, but it's actually pretty crappy, when you sit back and say, I wonder what would have happened if I did this, or if I had made that change. If you don't do it, you'll never know, right? It's always easier to say, maybe I shouldn't have, than what if. So making the change, taking the risk, venturing forward, this is the time to do it. We're on the verge of a new cycle, so go for it. And the first light, beginning a new cycle. So we are at the beginning of a new cycle. So it's time to let yourself uh, take that great adventure. Answer the call. This is your life, and don't let it pass you by, and keep you frozen in a state where you're not making any progress. Like, just go for it. You can always, if it's not working for you, you can always make changes. But if you don't move, you're never going to know what could be. So yeah, begin the new cycle. Your great adventure is awaiting because you're answering the call. You're muted, Erica.
It's so funny because it really is a new year. And I feel like it's more powerful if you treat it as such. Treat
Yeah,
it like you're starting over. Let go of the mistakes. Oh, well, I spent that money. Oh, well, I stepped on that person's toe. Oh, well. Now, how do you start over? How do you move forward from where you're at? Don't just sit there, because I think we get stuck just looking like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe, and that like we just end up digging a hole and burying ourselves in it. Just worried about the mistake or the problem or the mishap or whatever, however we want to call it. But get out of it.
yeah,
Move. Hold your head up and just keep moving. And I even tell my son this. Tom Arnold is a great example of this, because when he got in trouble for domestic violence with Rosie O'Donnell, right? But it's like he didn't stop. He just, he made his apologies and he just kept moving. And people are going to be like, you know what? You're such a fraud. But it's like, no, I'm not going to allow anyone to imprison me. And I'm not going to imprison myself in the mistake or the thing that just happened. I'm going to lift my head up and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to correct my karma, and I'm not going to make myself a prisoner, you
yeah.
know?
Yeah, and that's it. We just have to find the courage within ourselves to do that. And making any changes. You know what? It can be a simple thing like rearranging your silverware drawer. Or we all have that junk drawer. Be brave and open that drawer and start clearing some of the junk out of that drawer. All those twist ties and and odd rubber bands and all that. Clean that drawer out. That's you'll be amazed at how good you'll feel after doing something small like that, and then it will propel you to do other things. And as you're doing something like that, you're also clearing out clutter from your mind. And that's the whole thing about when you're decluttering, you're clearing clutter from your mind, all those broken, you're defragging all those broken broken thoughts and stuff like that. Why do you end up throwing stuff into a drawer and you don't even remember what it is? It's a broken thought form. So just take some time to just get to know yourself and get to know what isn't working for you.
One of the big things that stood out to me in that book, the Feng Shui book, is throw away things that are broken. Don't keep anything in your house that's broken. If you got to glue it back together, get rid of it. Those old plastic bags, get rid of it. It's said that if you keep broken items in your house, then you will remain broke.
Oh, very wise.
And so you could consider that physically broke in your pockets or emotionally broken in spirit. But get rid of broken items. And I was also reading The Word is Your Wand with Florence Scovel Shin, and it had the same similar quote inside there as well about I release all broken things in my life.
Mm-hmm.
That's very
powerful.
significant,
Yeah.
very powerful. Just even when we're doing the vision boards, like I tell people, if you put it up too high, these things you don't think of, they're actual energetic clues. You're literally telling yourself that your goals are too far to reach. If you put it on the floor, you're saying that it's beneath you. But if you keep it eye level, it's there for you. It's in your reach.
Mm.
That's why also I'll tell ladies, somebody was putting their purse on the floor in front of me. I was like, don't put your purse on the floor. That means money is beneath you. We don't want that. We want to be right here with it. Keep it
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah.
Things on the level. Keep it on the level. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So the ladies and gents are agreeing with that. So I don't know, are you going to do that second deck, or is that enough?
Well, I can do the second one too, because I'll just put them beneath these, and so that the second one was from the Wisdom Oracle,
I'm gonna
and
try to pull them up, but
yeah,
as you do that, I'll try to do this on my end.
okay.
But
So if I'm going to go with the way I'm going to read this is, so the card, the first one was peace, and it fell underneath the answering the call. So um, I'm going to say that we just need to hold that peace in our hearts and hold that peace around us and move forward in a state of, instead of turmoil, instead of anxiety, just try to find going into that heart center and just being at peace. And what does peace mean to you? And maybe it is just now, the time is now to find it. And so take a few moments every day and just sort of sit here and say, this is the time, this is my time, and I'm just going to feel peace. And it doesn't matter what's going on around you. And Lord knows we've got a lot going on in this world. So it's important for us to find the peace within ourselves, because we can be strong and we can move forward if we are together instead of fragmented in all kinds of places. the next card was co-create under that great adventure of taking a risk and venturing forward. So um, interesting that that co-create card is with the venturing forward card and taking a risk. And you know, our guides, our spirit, our higher self is our biggest fan, and it's saying, yes, go for it. You've got, we will help you co-create it, whatever you can think of. We have higher energies that are ready to work with us. So be open to accepting your higher power to create new things in your life, change new things in your life. And the first light, beginning a new cycle, just that deep knowing that you are capable of doing this and finding this space within yourself to just to propel you forward. And when you sit in that space, when you're in that peace, you're allowing yourself to connect with your higher, that higher aspect, your light body, whatever you want to say it, but you're connecting to your higher self. And that's what's going to give you the power to move forward. So yeah,
You say, hey girl, hey girl, hey. um, we said happy birthday to Jax. Happy birthday to Deborah. Jax is on the 26th. Deborah is today. Man, there was a quite a birthday list.
yeah.
Um, and then we made some book recommendations in case you missed it. Definitely, your word is your wand is really easy. I actually read this whole book for myself yesterday and recorded it so that I could make my own subliminals so that I can listen to. I'm trying to make my life easier when it comes to meditation and when it comes to affirmations and stuff. Because when you speak it out loud, Terri can tell you, when you speak it out loud, it rings out to the edge of the universe. You verbalize the command, and now you create from this space using the voice. So don't be afraid to say things out loud. But I read this whole book. It's really easy. And I think it's funny because it's harder for me to read in silence. It's
Then
like I
they go,
have to command the vibration around me so that I can pay attention because my mind is do this, do that, do this. Like, so reading it out loud and literally out loud helps a lot. And so I really do think that, this kind of thing can help you and definitely get with that feng shui and check out Dana Louise because even Laura has told her that this is going to do a lot to help activations for people. This is a good book and hopefully I'll have it read by the time we talk, and so we can give some honest to God feedback on what Dana Louise is talking about. I like the title. This is going to sound weird because everything I say sounds weird. Anyway, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. And so now we'll go into the Telegram group. And in case you want the readings with Terri in the Telegram group, and sometimes we just have discussions and we just end up
yeah,
talking about stuff that we're not going to talk about on here, but
yeah,
we talk about stuff and get a little bit like a family meeting. So we
yeah.
have a family meeting on the Telegram channel. If you want to hang out,
We
just
will see you.
that's right.
See
Safe
you.
space.
Say next place.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful week and happy Galactic New Year. We'll see you next year.
That's funny. That it will be next year because we don't have another interview this week. Oh my gosh. So next week we'll have Corey talking about sovereignty next week. And I'm gonna go ahead and say this. I forgot his last name. But we have a man
Edmonds? Is it Edmonds?
Uh, he'll be
Edmund.
here next week, Monday, to talk about sovereignty and I mean, food forests. He's got a great movement going on here in Florida. Let me see. Would you say it was, Terry?
Corey Edmund.
Or Edrulot? Edrulot? Something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
And then Sal March is going to talk next week because he wants to talk. There's a cosmic window. It's interesting how we're
Mhm.
about to go through the new year, and he's talking about a cosmic window that we're approaching. And go ahead and
Mhm.
read it out loud. What did I say? Cosmic
Cosmic
window.
window of change.
Cosmic window of change. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, cosmic window opening next year. And is next year or is next year after
Well,
July
I think
26th?
I think you said 2025. So, um, yeah, I guess we'll find out when we talk to him next week.
Bringing huge changes to mankind. Learn more about this transformation period, upcoming workshops. And so there's some workshops coming up with Sal March, and he's over there in Fife. That's Ireland?
No, Scotland.
Oh, Scotland.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's over there in Fife. It's colder in Fife than it is in Canada with you.
Hmm.
It's even
Well,
colder.
in this we have, yeah, it's hot in the summer, but they're more temperate, so they don't get the really cold weather.
I mean,
But
right now it's colder. It was like 12 degrees
yeah, because
today.
they're near the ocean, right?
That's right. Happy Galactic New Year.
Mhm.
All right, ladies and gents, we are checking out. And
It's been wonderful and blessings, and we'll talk
we'll
to
leave
you over there.
we'll leave you with a song though.
Okay.